Hi everybody, I'm Amanda the G. Let's have a conversation about this. So yeah, I hurt myself. We're gonna get into how I did that and what's going on in a minute. But first off, I am majorly riding the struggle bus because of this, and there's so little things that I can do. So I'm aware that my hair looks ridiculous, but it is really hard for me to shampoo my hair. I can handle one side better than the other one, and I know that little pimple has come out to play in the party, but I can't open like half of my makeup containers. So I just gave up and just decided to film this anyway. So this is where we are. And I know you're probably gonna say, hey Amanda, it looks like your muscles are not being much of muscles anymore. And I know, and that's partially because I still can't go to the gym, and that is kind of related to what I did to my hand. But now I can only lift with one side. I'm not allowed to put weight at all through this hand. I also don't entirely know how I managed to mow the yard one-handed. Evidently it was not good. It took me 2 hours to mow the front and backyard, and I struggled so hard because I also have an electric mower that is not self-propelling, so I was controlling the cord with my foot and pushing with my hand and my entire body weight, and by the time I got to almost the end, my neighbor saw me and came running outside and was like, stop doing this, my husband will do it for you. So my neighbors are really awesome, they're new neighbors, and it was my first time meeting them. They're super sweet, and they are insisting on them mowing my yard the next time when they mow their yard, which I'm hoping is just the front yard, because my yard is a lot. It's a lot to mow. But I just literally, I can't like do anything. I mean, I can't lift stuff. It took me forever. It takes me forever to like get containers open, and they gave me pain pills for this in a normal bottle because they're jerks, and I had to push down on the top and open the bottle. When I finally got it open, that bottle doesn't have a lid on it right now. I did not put the lid back on that bottle because, are you fucking kidding me? Why would you do that to someone who can't open it? I've just been majorly struggling to do everything one-handed, which is interesting because I used to be an OT and I used to teach people how to live their lives one-handed, so I should really be better about being able to do this, but it's so difficult, and it's hard for me to type and to drive and to do like anything. So I guess it's a good thing that it's a pandemic and I can't go anywhere or do anything. But let's go into what did Amanda do? So let's talk about this. This is a prefab splint that they gave me. I did modify it because it didn't really work right. So a little tip, if you do get a prefab splint, usually the metal can come out. This one actually has Velcro here, and you can pull the metal out and then bend it the appropriate way, because 99.9% of the time they don't fit you, and 99.999% of the time, even if they do, the angles are wrong. You probably shouldn't just bend it yourself. You probably should have a medical professional do it, but a lot of them don't even know how to do it. But I, again, used to be an OT, so I fiddled with it a lot and changed the angle that it was bent here, gave myself an actual 15% wrist cock up, which made sense. I don't like it because this is already modified to have the hand encapsulated, but it really needs a strap around the wrist and a strap around the hand, and it just doesn't have those. This is doing the job of immobilizing my joint, which I can still technically move. It just like really hurts when I do it, so they didn't want me to, and they told me that I didn't break my hand and to go home, and that I have bruised the internal structures of my index fingers MCP joint, so, which is your knuckle, so the knuckle. The problem is, that's not what I did. If that was what I did, I would have felt better by now. They told me a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I'll be better. Here's the thing, I did something worse than that. So I did not break my hand. I'm gonna take this brace off so I can show you. And don't worry, but we're gonna talk for a second about what I did, and then I will show you the actual damage. And I will let you know when that's coming, so if you don't like seeing it, you don't have to, but there's no like blood or gore or anything here. So what I did is I've been lifting at home, and I don't have weights at home, and weights are $2 a pound, which gets very expensive when you need multiple different weights, and you need a set of 2 for each of them. It adds up really fast. So what has happened is I was lifting paint cans, which I thought was ingenious, except for the fact that they actually really hurt. They're very thin handles, and it's not good. Evidently, it's very not good. Please don't do it, because That's how I did this to my hand. I have an appointment with a specialist, so I don't have a full diagnosis yet. I don't know entirely exactly what I did. I just know by looking at my hand that it is not a skeletal problem. So I'm probably going to need an MRI, and I'm probably going to need some other form of intervention. I don't know if that's surgery. I don't know if that's like a different brace. I don't know if that's therapy. I don't know exactly what's going to come of this, but I will update you at some point. But here's what I did. So here's your warning. You're about to see my slightly misshapen hand. Now I want you to pay attention to the tendon. So this is my regular normal hand, and this, look at that curve in that tendon. It's not supposed to be curved. Now watch what happens when I move like other fingers. See, it kind of curves weird. Now, for the fun thing, like I move my middle finger and look what happens to that tendon now. It pulls into the rest of the hand, and this other one doesn't. Now I'm gonna do something that really hurts, and I'm gonna bend my finger, and I know I'm not supposed to bend my finger, so we're just gonna deal with this, okay? So we're bending the finger. Ow, 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 and look what happens to that tendon. And now there's like there's a hole in my hand. Like, let's look at this zoomed up. There's a hole in my hand, and look at that tendon curving. Like, oh God, that hurts. Versus, here's a normal hand, and that tendon stays straight. I'm gonna be a good patient here and put my splint back on, even though it doesn't fit me right and it hurts and I don't like it. They tell you to put this on by doing the fingers first, so I'm just gonna give y'all a little tip in case you ever actually get in the splint. Hold it with your 2 fingers that you're allowed to move. Take this around your hand and just put it in place, just so it holds it together. Then you can come in on the bottom and get that to fit. Then you can go around the fingers, get those to fit, take off this one, adjust it correctly, and put it through. That way it's gonna fit and stay on, and you're not gonna fight it the whole time. If you put it on the fingers first, you're gonna be fighting the rest of the brace. I don't know why they tell you to do that. It's legitimately the wrong way. So anyway, I'm a dumb idiot, and I hurt myself, and I hurt myself really bad, and it still really hurts really bad like a week and a half later, no, it's actually 2 weeks now, sorry. 2 weeks later, and it is killing. I'm just gonna ask this here because y'all are watching this video potentially this far along, and if you've gotten this far along, then your opinion matters more than the people who didn't get this far along. So I mentioned this Pipple has come out to play today, and I have terrible skin, and I have had terrible skin since I was a small child, and I am absolutely goddamn sick of it, and I have been watching so much skincare stuff on YouTube, like an excessive amount of skincare on YouTube, and everything in my life is falling apart. This is only one of the things, but a lot of shit is falling apart, and it's very difficult for me right now, so I absolutely had to do something for myself. So I have purchased a whole new skincare routine that is like night and day to what I was doing before, as in I was doing terrible things and not anywhere near the frequency that they needed to be done. So my question is, in like 2 months-ish, don't hold me to that deadline. I'm trying to point at you. This is the best I can point with this hand. Would y'all like to see me like the before and after of me like changing my whole skincare routine and like what I've done and how it's different? I don't know if that's a video to make or not, but it's literally something I'm gonna do. Stay fresh, cheese bags. But you know, let me know about that video. Let me know what you think about this. I'll keep you updated at some point as to what's going on with the paw.